A perennial is a plant that comes back every year, dies back in the fall, hibernates during the winter, then pops back up in the spring.
Before planning your perennial garden, you have some decisions to make.
Do you want a formal garden? You would have taller at the back, medium size in the middle, and then smaller ones in the front. Or do you want a cottage garden? Or like myself, I have a very eclectic garden, which is, if I see something I like, I plant it. So then you get profusion of color. And it doesn't really matter if the colors match or not. It just looks wonderful in the garden.
Next, it's time to do your homework.
Determine what sunlight you get. Is it a very sunny spot? Is it a very shady spot? In between, are there various areas within your garden that have different light? Once you've determined that, then you can start looking at various varieties of perennials. As an example, in a shade garden, you would look at hostas, coral bells or heucheras, brunera, and things like that. In a lot of cases with shade, you rarely, if ever, get a flowering plant all year. That's why people buy hostas and coral bells, because the foliage is what you're buying it for, the color of the foliage.
However, if you're lucky enough to have full sun, plant perennials that flower at different times. This will give you colorful blooms throughout the season, and you can start with bulbs.
They are, in fact, perennials. So you plant those in the fall, they pop up early in the spring. That's usually your first sight of color in your garden. From there, you get into irises and coneflower. Irises are early blooming. Then the other ones start taking over, like black-eyed Susans, echinacea, and phlox, things like that. And a lot of these, they actually will rebloom once you deadhead the flowers. If you don't deadhead, they will rebloom, because basically the plant has done its job and it'll stop blooming. And then later in the fall,